Guys, before we get into today's video, I want to share something with you. The number one thing stopping brothers from making hijrah is not intention, it's income. And I've partnered with a brother called Aqib who has solved exactly this. He teaches a halal remote skill called appointment setting. No business, no experience needed. Expats and students of knowledge are already doing this, funding their lives in Medina and beyond, earning up to 5K a month from anywhere with just a laptop and Wi-Fi. I've personally vetted him and his program and seen what he has done for his students. If you're serious about making this move, check the link in the description where you can apply and see if you qualify. Now let's get into today's video. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So over the past year we have been talking about hijrah, we've been talking about visas, and we've been guiding and helping families move and relocate to Medina or Saudi Arabia. And a lot of you have heard of Madinah To You, a lot of you have spoken to them, and a lot of you have asked us who are the people behind Madinah To You. And today, mashallah, we are here. We have actually the founder of Madinah To You, brother Abdullah Abu Maryam, and him and his team, mashallah, have helped countless of families move and relocate to Medina through the visa process of the 10-year visa. So brother Abdullah Abu Maryam, tell us about yourself and how Madinah To You started.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. First of all, walillahi alhamd, I'd like to thank Allah for this opportunity, as well as Hijrah family for inviting me here and for being able to collaborate such an amazing adventure in aiding the Muslims in this endeavor.
Ameen.
Alhamdulillah, 2019, Allah invited me to his house, the Kaaba, Saudi Arabia, for Umrah. And subhanAllah, although I did not know at the time, I ended up staying there for 2 years straight.
Mashallah.
And I, by Allah's permission, came on the tourist visa. So every 6 months, I would exit out and enter right back in. At that time, it was a business visa. It's the same concept.
Right.
For a duration of time with a specific amount of stay for each time in the country. And alhamdulillah, when I came home, I wanted to bring Saudi Arabia back with me. Because coming from the America, we don't have the opportunity to experience the blessed lands of Tawheed and the kind of barakat that I was able to witness while being in these lands. So what started off as 2 suitcases full of books and shemags and thobes, I went home with the intention to aid the Muslims and believers with that which one uses to worship Allah. And alhamdulillah, Allah increased that every time, every trip. As I went back to the blessed lands, I would gather more materials and merchandise to help Muslims get closer to Allah. And people started asking me, how was I able to be in Saudi Arabia, as they heard at one point the tariq, the way was difficult. When individuals started to ask me how was I able to be in Saudi Arabia, I informed them the process that a brother offered me. Because it was becoming such a frequent question, I started to investigate the matter myself of how I could potentially make the process easier for followers after me. And that's where Allah gave the introduction of the idea about producing the tourist visa for our company. Alhamdulillah, since then there's been thousands of applicants that have been successfully approved through our company for the 10-year tourist visa.
Mashallah, through you guys.
Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
At the very same time, although we see companies charging thousands of dollars, we also still wanted to make it the most
affordable,
easiest possible way, because the goal more so is to aid Allah in allowing believers visit his holy land.
Alright guys, really quick before we continue, a lot of you want to learn how to speak the Arabic language, and a lot of you have asked us personally for Arabic language program recommendations. And if you know Sheikh Muhammad Tim Humble, you know that he's been teaching Arabic since 2006. And what you may not know is that for so many years he's been working on a completely different way to learn it. And the big difference is that instead of drilling grammar from day one, which is how the Arabic language is traditionally taught, this method starts with vocabulary and common phrases. So you'll learn how to speak Arabic the way a child picks up a language, by actually using it. it's structured, and the goal isn't just to be able to read Arabic, but to be able to understand it and speak it. So if you ever wanted to sit down with the Quran recitation and be able to understand every single word that's being recited to you, or hear a hadith quoted to you and be able to understand every single word that the Prophet is saying in his own words, or you just want to be able to speak Arabic fluently with the people around you, or if you ever move to Medina or like an Arabic speaking country, then the Arabic with AMU is built for you, inshallah. And if you'd like to join, I'm going to go ahead and leave the link in the description below with all the information, inshallah. Let's get back to it. This 10-year visa, who is it for exactly? Is it for all nationalities or just US citizens?
So the 10-year tourist visa is only for American US passports.
Only for American
currently.
citizens. Okay.
And it's not being promoted on the mainstream by Saudi Arabia because the focus for Saudi currently is the 1-year tourist visa.
I see.
However, it's still easily obtainable by going through the proper channels.
Okay. So we've actually been getting a lot of people say, like, you know what, you don't have to go through an agency. You can just apply for this visa yourself. Is that true? You can apply for this visa yourself, but do you recommend that, or what are the pros and cons?
So it used to be that you could apply at any consulate on your own, and as long as the paperwork is in order, then they would approve it. However, several of the consulates now are making you go through their specific agencies. And also on top of that, the ones that allow you to process yourself will reject if the paperwork is not properly ordered. So it's better, in my opinion, and Allah knows best, to pay a few extra dollars in order to get the paperwork done properly and approved the first time.
Right, and especially with like big families. And I mean, as I have experienced personally with my visa process with you, it got rejected a few times, and sometimes they don't tell you, right? They don't tell you why.
Correct. And so you're gonna keep on having to try to continuously send it again with the different ramifications for the approval to be granted.
Right. And so like when we're talking about like rejections, what are the main reasons that applications get rejected or denied?
A lot of times you'll find that simple errors in clerical work could be the reason, as well as also they were not sent through the approved travel agencies that the consulate requests.
Oh, I see. So why do you think many people are choosing this visa over like other pathways of moving to Saudi, like Iqama and stuff like that?
First and foremost, the process is simple and the budget is friendly.
Right.
It doesn't cost a lot and it's within days to obtain.
Right.
And also, the amount of time is impeccable to other routes. As the Iqama, you have to continuously renew. But this lasts for 10 years, mashallah.
And no exit and entry fees.
You don't have to pay to go in and out. You don't have to get permission from anyone to leave the country, mashallah, to medical law. As long as within 180 days you exit, they'll restart your time, and that's valid for 10 years straight.
Right, that's nice. And also with the 6-month duration, a lot of people are confusing that and saying, you know, are you sure that when you exit and come back in, it resets? Because they think it's like a 6 months for 1 year.
Right.
Does that make sense?
There's a misconception that there's only 180 days total for a 365-day calendar. And the reality is every time you exit on this multi-entry visa, it resets your time for another 180 days.
Right.
For 6 months. Whether or not I stay in country for a week, a month,
or just make a U-turn.
6 months, or come in and come out, or transfer on through, it's going to reset the time every time.
So like personally, when I was looking for to apply for this visa back like a year and a half ago, or over a year and a half, I think it was like 2 years ago, before I even knew about Madinah To You, I stumbled upon this agency, this pretty known agency online, and they first of all, it was like over $1,000 per person. And not only that, but they promised a lot of things, like even on their website it says like you can buy with this 10-year visa, you can buy a house, you can buy a car, you can rent a house, you can buy land, you can open a business. So I was like, okay, you know, it sounds legit. It's a big known company website, but then I was looking for like cheaper routes, and that's how I stumbled upon your agency. I learned the hard truth after moving to Medina when I was trying to like rent a place or like buy a car, and they were telling me like, no, you can't do that with this 10-year visa. So what can we do what can Americans that obtain this visa and move to Medina or Saudi, what can they do with this visa? Can they buy a car? Can they lease? What can they do?
The 10-year tourist visa, you're not able to do certain things such as own a home, own a car, work, own a property, or start a business. This is another route that is through the Iqama process.
Right.
However, to have the 10-year tourist visa and come to Saudi Arabia and look for those other routes, such as different properties or potential jobs, and then go through the necessary steps to obtain Iqama, is
kind of like a stepping stone,
right,
to come here, explore the market, explore
explore
the opportunities.
Yeah.
And you can get by with like renting a car, right? Like renting a car.
This visa, you can rent cars, you can rent short-term rentals, and the likes of that. Hotels, you can find these kinds of opportunities under this visa.
Nice.
Alhamdulillah.
And I think I've seen a lot of families do that. They come here even without their families, and they stay short-term, they explore job opportunities, and then they make the move after that. So another thing is a lot of the people that contact you, they contact us back saying, we've contacted them, but they're taking a while, they're not responding. So they're saying that the response time is a little bit slow. Why is that?
Well, alhamdulillah, as far as the embassy approving the visas, that varies completely. Although we mentioned the process may take 2 weeks, we find 80% of the time is less than a week. Sometimes it may be more. And as far as our communication, pardon us if we are short to respond, as we have an influx in inquiries.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We're using different technology to be able to respond quicker.
Yeah, I can imagine, honestly, like getting all these, it's not like you have like set hours of operation, right?
No.
It's like you get to them as fast as you can, as through WhatsApp. So I can imagine how many like inquiries you get and questions. So I think people just need to be a little bit patient.
I would mention that if we did drop the ball and not respond, please forgive us for our shortcomings, and I would recommend sending another message. So it may be accidentally overlooked.
Okay, yeah. It is truly inspiring to see how many Muslim families around the world are taking steps towards building a life closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and trying to raise their kids in a Muslim environment. And if you're interested in a 10-year visa or want more information about it, I'm gonna go ahead and leave Madinah To You's contact information in the description below. Just make sure to mention the Hijrah family for a discounted rate of $450 per person, and we will see you guys in the next video.